Today, we're going to be tying up a dry fly pattern that nobody should be without. To start, we'll secure some olive thread to our hook shank, snap the excess free, taking our extra tag end, folding it over on itself, and securing it to the top side of our hook shank, wrapping back towards the bend of our hook. With this complete, we'll set it to the side and grab some coq de lion. We'll pull 3 fibers free, measure them to be a bit longer than our hook shank, securing them to the top side of our hook, once again wrapping back towards the bend of our hook. With this complete, we'll grab our excess thread, folding it over towards the top side of our hook, and floss it between our 3 fibers, ensuring that the middle fiber goes through the loop while the other 2 remain on the outside. We'll secure this tightly in place, wrapping back on it slightly, before bringing our thread forward and snipping your excess free. Doing so will help splay out our fibers, looking something like this. We'll then grab some gold wire. Here I'm using extra small in gold. We'll secure this tightly to our hook shank, once again wrapping back towards the bend of our hook. With this complete, we'll then grab some dubbing. Here I'm using a green blend to look like a blue wing olive that I'm making for a custom order. And if you need anything specific for your fly box, you can always check out my website, but I also offer custom orders. If there's anything you need specifically, create a dubbing noodle and wrap this forward in close touching spirals. We'll take our time to build up a transition as we work towards the head of the fly, and stopping a little ways short to leave some room for our next steps. At which point, we'll grab our wire and begin counter-wrapping it forward, this time in open spirals, adding a segmented look to our pattern, as well as giving it some shine. Once we reach our thread, we'll secure it tightly in place, taking thread wraps both in front, as well as behind our wire, and helicoptering your excess free. At which point, we'll lay down a thread base and grab some parapost. We'll secure this just in front of our body, ensuring that it's tightly secured in place so it doesn't spin around the hook. Fold it upwards and begin wrapping your thread around it to help create a post. Starting off with some very light pressure will help to get it going before increasing your thread tension to ensure it stays in place. Continue wrapping up the post before wrapping back down and taking some more securing wraps both in front as well as behind our post to ensure it stays locked in place. With this complete, we'll grab some saddle hackle, strip some of the fibers free, measuring the stem to be just a bit longer than our post length. Secure it tightly in place. Before folding it upwards and securing it tightly to our post. Once complete, we'll wrap back down and create another dubbing noodle. Wrapping your dubbing noodle forward to continue to create a body transition towards the head of the fly, keeping it a bit bulkier towards the front. We'll continue doing so back towards our post, leaving our thread resting on top. And once complete, the body should look something like this, at which point we'll grab our saddle hackle and begin to wrap it around our post, working back down towards our body. If you want to give it a better look, you can strip one side off the saddle hackle before doing so. However, if you're fishing the pattern using an oversized hackle And keeping all the feathers will keep the fly floating better. We'll continue wrapping down until we reach our thread. And secure it tightly in place, trying not to trap any of the fibers in the process. You can do so by wrapping your thread over and maneuvering it around the feathers so that none get trapped underneath. However, if you do trap some, you can always trim them up. We'll take some securing wraps both above as well as below our feather to help ensure that it stays locked in place. With this complete, we'll snip the excess free and trim your parapost to length. And grab a whip finisher to secure it all in place, using the same technique to secure the saddle hackle as to not trap any fibers. With this complete, we'll seat our knot and snip your excess free. And this is a variation of the parachute Adams intended to look like a larger blue wing olive with the characteristic tail of a mayfly. And it's a great pattern to add to your fly box. Changing up the size and color makes it one of the most versatile patterns to use as a mayfly imitation, as it floats well, is highly visible, and mimics the shape of a mayfly body extremely well. So if you're fishing any mayfly hatches, this is one fly that you won't want to leave home without. Thank you for watching. Subscribe for more, and I will see you in the next one.